So I'm here on the first day at BETT, and despite the snow, the crowds are pouring into the halls. For those of you coming later in the week, we thought we'd speak to the show's organisers to find out what they're looking forward to most and what you should be looking out for when you visit. So first of all, we're speaking to Richard Joslin from EMAP. Richard, tell us what you do.
So I'm exhibition director for BETT and for a couple of other shows in the education sector at EMAP.
Okay. And what are you most looking forward to this year about BETT?
Most definitely what Professor Stephen Heppell's going to be doing on our central feature area. He's talking a lot around playful learning, and he's going to be working with people like Google and YouTube, who are in the show for the first time this year, to give visitors a real taste of how learners can engage far more at their level through games-based learning, essentially, and playful learning, using some really just cool devices and stuff and technology that people have been developing that should, certainly, really engage with learners, in a totally different way to maybe we've traditionally been doing in schools.
Okay, so what do you hope that visitors are going to take away from the show?
I think, if anything, I hope that they're going to take away inspiration. I hope that visitors are essentially going to be able to attend, look at what they can be doing in their schools. Even parents attending. Look at what they can be doing with their children. To really take back to the school, take back to the home, an idea of how to just do more with their learners, to kind of engage with their learners at a different level, to use the vast array of technology out there in the best way possible. It's not always about taking new technology out. It's almost a case of seeing the technology that schools currently have in place and getting more out of it.
Okay, here with Ray Barker, Director of BESA. And what are you looking forward to most this year at BETT, Ray?
Well, I think it's going to be a big change in terms of how many young people are here, and the kind of learner voice idea, and the way that young people will be driving the agenda. So that fits in with the kind of games theme that's here, the fun learning bit, and also all of the kind of training stuff as well. I mean, if you think that Google's here for the first time, and YouTube, so those kind of technologies, and the number of young people here, you'll see loads more young people here this year, I think, are really pushing things. So it's less about, I suppose, the kit and more about what you do with it. So I should be looking forward to seeing how that really moves us forward.
Okay, and what do you hope that people will take away from their visit?
Well, educators need to take away, I suppose, inspiration. It's an easy word to use, but I think that's what they get here, because well, BETT was set up a long time ago so teachers could test, compare, touch and feel, really, yeah. And it still does that, and it might do that in a slightly different way in terms of professional development and lots of ideas, but they should be able to take away all those new ideas, all that inspiration, and they should be able to take it back into their institutions and be able to make use of it in a kind of practical way. And I think if you look at this show 10 years ago, everything in this show was a problem. Okay. And now I think you should be able to say that everything in this show is a solution. And so that kind of change of thinking is, I think, what BETT has been able to do. And if BETT hadn't existed, I don't think that would have happened, really.
So I hope you've enjoyed our first BETT podcast and have a taster of what you can look forward to when you come to the show. You can get more updates from www.edexec.co.uk or follow us on Twitter @EdExec. Hopefully see you at BETT.